So you might notice Ben, who was on one of the last fan thoughts as well. Hey Ben, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How are you after that match though?
As the West Ham game, deflated.
Yeah. Let's do something different, and we're going to go through the players and give player ratings out of 10 for each of them. I will start just by asking you your thoughts on formation and the personnel that Eddie Howe picked. Were you surprised by any of the starting 11 today?
I was really confident with it until I saw that King was on the bench. I thought once he came on, he was really good, and I think Solanke, he'll be one of them players where plays in the FA Cup, plays in the Carabao Cup, maybe comes on as a substitution every now and then, but I don't think he's ready and has the confidence yet to perform against the bigger sides and get goals, which is what he's meant to do.
I'm sensing there's going to be a low score for Solanke later on when we come on to him. Who knows? Well, okay, let's start with Aaron Ramsdale. Didn't have a lot to do in the first half. I think Norwich moved forward and weren't clinical with their final pass, it seemed. But when he was called into action in the second half, he made some good saves.
Yeah, he did. I can't remember who took a shot from about 20-25 yards out, but it was a really good stop down to his right, and I think that should have been a goal. And yeah, so I think because of that I'll give him a 7.
Give him a 7, okay. Adam Smith came in for Jack Stacey. How do you think Adam Smith did today?
I think he looked good as like more of an attacking fullback, but I think he also did make some good last-ditch defending and good slide tackles as well, and I like where he chops inside and then runs at them. So I think for that I'm going to give him a 7 as well. 7
for Smith. Rico?
He looked alright.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like if he plays a few more games, gets a few assists, a few clean sheets, he'll get more confidence, but today a 6.
6, yeah. I noticed he made a few overlapping runs, and he positionally he seemed to be a little bit better, put in a few challenges, but yeah, his execution of some of his deliveries weren't up to the normal standard, I thought. So I think 6 is probably about fair. And then our 2 centre-backs, Ake and Cookie.
They were just themselves, really. I think Ake, amazing, one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. Steve Cook deserves an England call-up. I think...
More than Tyrone Mings?
Both of them should start,
Yeah. So ratings for both of those?
Ake 8, Cook 7.5.
7.5. I think my graphics machine can do fractions, so yeah, we're all good with that. Okay, so we'll move on to the centre midfield 2. Billing, Lewis Cook.
I think Lewis Cook needed a few dodgy passes, but he did look good. I think that maybe it's tough because we need King, but then I feel like we should have Lerma and Billing, but then also Lewis Cook as well. So I think Philip Billing did well, so I'm going to give him a 7.5.
Yeah.
And Lewis Cook 6.5.
6.5. And on either side, of course, we had Harry Wilson on one of the sides and then Fraser on the other. Harry Wilson, did he do all right for you today? Because he's faced a lot of criticism despite his early season goals. I think he plays okay in patches. The second half against Arsenal, he seemed to be a little bit better. Created and forged a number of opportunities where Jack Stacey had a sort of shot where he cut back. It was almost like a shot. What were your thoughts on him?
I think he was all right. He played well. He just needs to perform every single week. Like, it seems like in his contract, it seems like he turns up 70% of the time, and then the other 30% he's just no.
So what are you going to give him out of 10?
6.
6. And Ryan Fraser on the other side?
I think he did well. I also saw him win a cheeky header inside our own half, so I think I'm going to give him an 8 for that.
Okay, interesting. Okay, Dom Solanke.
Oh, he did play all right in patches, but I don't think he's ready to be in Bournemouth starting 11 yet. Maybe a few goals in the cup against lower league sides will do him the world of good, and maybe he'll go on and play a bit more. But I think today, 5.5.
And Callum Wilson didn't really get many clear-cut opportunities, held up the ball relatively well, a few free kick claims that Lee Mason decided to brush over. But what did you think of his performance today, and give him a score?
I think he did all right, and he had the shot quite early on into the second half. I think it was like 55 minutes in, where the free kick was delivered in, and then or it was a cross, and then he flicked it on, and then it just went past the right hand post. I think he did give the ball away in some places, but he did what Callum Wilson does, made the in behind runs, and held up the ball quite well. So for that, 7.5.
7.5. And what about the substitutions that came on then? I'm just trying to think of the way. Obviously, Josh King came on, and you said he almost changed the game. He certainly looked to be more direct at times, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He brought a spark to the game, and I think if he started from the beginning for Dom Solanke, we probably would have won 1-2-0. So I think I'll give him a 7.5.
7.5. And then Danjuma came on. I think he had the most shots despite the fewest minutes. His shots didn't entirely test the keeper, but he looked fairly promising on that left side.
Yeah, he did. I like the fact that he cast it inside from the left into more of a central position sometimes. That's what happened for his first shot. It was just straight at Tim Krul. So I feel like he's very promising. He's very quick, skillful. So I'm going to give him a 7.
Cool. And on Monday morning, when you walk into school, like usually after 3 points, it's chest out. Yes, we won. How does it feel? Do you feel a bit deflated during the week, or is your sort of recovery time quite good?
I feel like there will be some Man United, Liverpool supporters that will be taking the mickey, like, "Hey, well done, Norwich." But I think we've just got to forget about it, move on to Watford, and hopefully get 3 points there.
Well, thank you very much for your comprehensive player reviews, Ben. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back in the net!